Launch Zooms and living rooms are going to be your big key, not just the system. The system is great, but the system is there. Its system is incredible support, and the system does work for you, but it just doesn't solely work for you. We're not making the income we make because all we did was plug people into Zooms on Monday and Wednesday and say, here's our link, plug in. Here's our link, plug in. Here's our link, plug in. That's not how we did it. We've done it with launch Zooms, private Zooms, and living rooms. And y'all have heard us say this before, but we're stressing it today. So we're going to give you a couple of examples. Brittany Francis. Brittany Francis is a senior presidential director in this company. She's never had any network marketing experience. When she came to us 9 months ago, she said, I want to get to $50,000 a month in 6 months or something like that. Wasn't it 6 months? Because I got to replace my husband's salary because he owns a car dealership and I want him home. And we said, here's what you got to do. And she responded and she started putting us on Zooms. So we started having private Zooms with her as she was putting people on. And then we started traveling and drove to Houston and got her in her living room. And it was the first time we'd done living room stuff. But we went down there because she was so adamant about, I'm going to get to 50,000 a month. Now she didn't reach that goal in 6 months. But she's right there. I mean, she's very happy right now. And she's at the top level of this company after 9 months. Okay, so, but what's been the key with Brittany? Well, we did living room things with Brittany. So what did Brittany turn around and do? Brittany turned around, did living room things with her people all over Houston. Not only that, in various parts of Texas. Like one time we drove to Stephenville, Texas to do a meeting for a new gal. She's awesome. She may be on this Zoom. A new gal in the Stephenville, Texas area for Brittany. Brittany said, hey, I got a really, this gal could be huge. This gal could be great. Can you help me? And so Diana and I said, yes. So drove to Stephenville, did a meeting, got in the living room, and things in that whole leg took off. Same thing happened in Arkansas. Brittany said, I've got some business in Arkansas and these guys are studs and this could be huge. And so what do? We got on a plane, we flew to Arkansas and got in their living room, spent the night with the family and did meetings for these two leaders, and things in Arkansas have completely taken off. Not just because of us, but I'm just saying because Rick and Brittany been there too. And Rick and Brittany have been with this other gal and been to places. So the thing is Brittany latched onto living room, launch Zooms and living rooms and climbed to this. She bridged that gap very quickly and made it to senior presidential director. And so she's got great people on her team, but she's even got some future people that could be senior presidential directors on the team that haven't caught that concept yet, because they haven't caught the concept of, I got to go help people. I can't just sit here and get on a Zoom every once in a while. I actually probably need to get in this person's living room. I actually probably need to do a private Zoom for them. Let me give you another example. We got a couple out in California named Real and Michelle Andrews who are really new. They've been signed up for over a year. Same thing, timing, and it's been about 6 weeks now. About 6 weeks ago, Real said, I'm ready. And I go, okay, well, let's go. And so I start showing Real what to do, tell him to put people in front of me, put me on the phone right now. I want to see your best people. He puts me on the phone with some of his best people, and we get on a private Zoom with them and start and get them in the business. And then Real, the more he starts learning, he starts realizing, hey, these small group Zooms, these are the ticket. And what Real did, I've got 5 small group private launch Zooms with Real. 5 of them. I got 2 today, and I got another one tomorrow and another one on Friday. Had one last night. 5 of them. And why? Because he understands there's the power of it. Get people on these private Zooms, and we can rock it out. And Brittany did the same thing. We were on a private Zoom with a guy the other night for one of her new couples that she's dug through. She's got this new couple that's excited about the business and hasn't had help from the 2 people in between them. Has had 0 help. They've just been dormant. Not that they're bad people, they just haven't done anything. So Brittany leapfrogs and connects with this couple, and all of a sudden this couple has a very influential distributor also that has a huge market, and he puts it, me and Brittany get on a private Zoom with him, talked to him last week. He puts a private launch Zoom together, what, 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Monday night. And Brittany and I got on the Zoom with him Monday night, and he had 30 people on the Zoom. And you know what? Almost all of them got in. I can't say all 30 of them did because I haven't followed up, but almost all 30 of them were committed right there on the spot that night. Okay, so
I want to add something
ahead.
too, because I know that some of you are like, well, I work and I can't do what y'all are talking about. Okay, well, see, you do what you can do. And one thing about Zooms is they create momentum. So that's what we want to do. We want to create momentum, because if you can't get to Arkansas or you can't get to California, because we know, the social media takes us all over the country. It's not just, right here in our backyard. But at the same time, you could be doing your own living room mixer, your own living room gathering, so that you're putting maybe your new guys are bringing people to you. Maybe you're not going to them, but you're creating an environment for others to succeed and be in front of a living room, because I know that's another thing that Brittany did a lot of. And then when the momentum takes off, because that, those Zooms are creating momentum because people are adding people, then it may be, okay, it's time to go. And if you can't go, maybe you work, maybe you don't have that access, I can promise you your leader will, if that momentum is there, just like when we went on Brittany's behalf, because there was so much momentum, or there's others that we've traveled to because the momentum was there, because the Zooms have been done and the living rooms have been done, so that now we're in large group settings. So one thing leads to another. So just keeping in mind, if you can't do the living rooms, then don't quit on the Zooms.
Launch Zooms,
yeah, launch those Zooms, keep doing them and keep having them for you. And then, like